Okay, guys, let's continue with this question. We talked about the first three parts of the question in the previous video. Let's go with part D right now. So part D is what percent of companies reported positive change in the stock price over one period and then a negative change in the other periods. Okay? This question is a little bit tricky, so we have to find two numbers. So there are two possibilities. So we are talking about two periods, so we have to look at both variables. So basically it's talking about one positive change and one negative change. Okay? So the first possibility is in recent day it's going to be a positive change. Okay? And in the other period, which is prior 52 weeks, it has to be a negative change. Okay? So positive change and negative change, that give us the number 5. Okay? This is one possibility. The other possibility is that in recent day it is a negative change. Then in the prior 52 weeks it has to be a positive change. Okay? So negative change and positive change. So that gives us the number 7. Okay? So if we do the calculation, so that's going to be 7 plus 5, so 7 plus 5 companies fall into this category. And how many companies are we talking about? So 25, so let's divide the number by 25. So that's going to be 48%. Okay? So that's a part D. Then let's look at the part E. Among those companies reporting a positive change over the recent day, what percentage also reported a positive change over the prior year or prior 52 weeks? Okay? So in this question, we have condition. So the condition is we only talk about the companies who reported a positive change in or over the recent day. So if we look at the condition table, so the condition is that in the recent day, it has to be a positive change. So we are only looking at the first row. So that's our condition. So we are only talking about the 3 plus 5 companies. So among those companies, how many reported a positive change in the prior 52 weeks? So that's going to be 3. Okay? So in this one, in the calculation, the companies, we have 3 companies and divided by, again, we are only looking at the first row. The first row contains 3 plus 5 companies. Okay? So in the denominator, it's going to be, if we do the calculation, it's going to be 3 plus 5. Okay? So we are not dividing 3 by 25 because this is a conditional distribution. Okay? So that's, we are only looking at the first row. Okay? So if we do the calculation, so it's going to be 37.5%. Okay? So that's a part E. And part F is similar to part E. Among those companies reporting a negative change in their stock price over the recent day, what percentage also reported a positive change, okay, over the prior 52 weeks? So we are fixing the value of one variable. So recent day, we fix the value to negative change. Okay, we are only looking at the second row. Okay, we are only talking about 7 plus 10 companies in this case. And we need to look for, among those 7 plus 10 companies, how many companies reported a positive change in the prior 52 weeks. So that gives us 7. Okay? 7 companies reported positive change over the prior 52 weeks. So if we do the calculation, so 7 goes to the top, and we divide 7 by the total number of companies that we are talking about, which is 7 plus 10. Those two numbers are in the second row. Okay, if we do the calculation, that's going to be 41.2%. Okay? So those are the calculations we need to do for this question.